Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tune In Tuesday. It is season 2, episode 19 of the Patriots podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here from the America First Warehouse on Long Island, New York.
Good evening, everyone.
Can you believe it's 19 already?
19.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The year is starting to fly by.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is.
So we hope everyone had, well, all the moms anyway. We hope all the moms out there had a wonderful Mother's Day. I didn't even ask you guys what you did this weekend. What did you do for Mother's Day?
So believe it or not, a few people asked me this and they thought it was interesting, but my, obviously you guys know my ex-husband moved out of state.
Yeah.
So I realized that my ex-mother-in-law wasn't going to be able to spend Mother's Day with her son. So I actually called her up and invited her out to breakfast with my kids and I.
I
that
love
was
that.
sweet.
So we had a really lovely breakfast. They brought Aunt Terry, who's my ex-husband's great aunt, who I love, and his cousin Frankie, who is having a big surgery for his cancer. So I want to send a prayer to Frankie, and I think they do tune in. And then I spent some time with Ernie and the kids. It was a nice day.
Good.
Nice.
That
So,
was
yes.
nice. What'd you do?
Me? I
Well,
did.
well, Mom is out in Mom is
I'm
in
not a
Florida.
mom, but-
Yes, but
But
you
I
are close to one.
celebrated by power washing the entire backyard.
For your mom, you said,
Wow.
and her mom was in Florida living her best life down
Yeah.
there right now,
she's
like
having
visiting.
a Girls Gone Wild.
Right? I know. I'm like jealous of them.
But me and
Next
Crystal,
time we should crash that.
We should.
They
We
would
should.
love it though. We'd
That would
have
be
so much
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, me and Crystal. Crystal spent the entire day painting the deck outside, which is 3 giant decks.
Yeah,
and I
it's
spent
big.
the entire day power washing.
And then we just get to come over and enjoy the pool in the
Exactly.
deck in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, my
can't
friend
wait.
Jackie came over and she's like, I drove by and I could see the yard and I was like, oh, they're not ready yet. I was like,
Close, and we'll be coming over. You might see some Patriot footage at the at your compound.
My daughter and I moved more furniture.
oh,
Yes.
Angie's been moving
Yes.
for 2
For-
months
for
now.
years.
Forever.
Poor
It's
Ann.
forever. Yeah, so Saturday I did by myself boxes and things like that. And then on Sunday, we early got up and headed out and cleaned out the furniture as much as we could fit in the van.
Yeah, poor Ange.
So, and then she made me a beautiful dinner,
Well,
a
that's
beautiful
good.
steak dinner. Yeah.
At least you got that.
That's
right?
when I feel not so selfish. That Ange and I lived together until a couple of months ago, so I now feel better about it when I hear happy stories. But it's still,
I know.
I miss you at home.
too. I do too.
I miss you. At home.
Honestly, at first I felt bad for myself because I was like, oh, I'm power washing all day. Why? People are like enjoying this beautiful day. And then I was like, you know what? I'm so grateful and thankful that I have a beautiful
do.
yard that I can power wash and make
That's
make
right.
beautiful and turn into
and
our
you'll
little
enjoy it
oasis.
the whole season. now,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, and you're home the whole summer is just, it's all about the yard.
It's
Yep.
so comfortable back
and the
there
pool.
fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think we
can't
should
wait
do
to come.
something in your backyard, and we'll air
well,
it.
we always do something.
Well, I mean that will air. You guys, our viewers can like tune into us behind the scenes.
I'd
We're a
be
lot.
down
We're a
with
lot of
that.
fun, but actually,
I'd be down with that.
don't let our
You get us the music going and we start singing, forget about it.
So we had
Yeah.
a busy. I know I had a busy week because it was also my nephew's birthday. Happy birthday to my nephew.
Oh, they love him.
My niece's birthday's coming up, so it's got shout out her in a couple weeks. But we're not the only ones who had a busy week.
Wait,
Well,
before we go on to
ahead.
that, though, we do have to shout out one more thing
Go
about your
ahead.
niece because we can't say her name and we're going to protect her little young identity.
Yes.
But she did get a very prestigious award.
She did.
One of 12 kids in her school district for like
Yes.
an achievement
it
of
was like
civic,
a
like
a civic award.
yeah,
Like,
like
love
just for
that.
being a good person and a
Yeah.
kind person, and that was just
Aw.
such an awesome
Yeah,
thing
it
to
was
see.
so
I
proud
love
of her.
that.
Very proud of her.
she was proud of herself too.
She sure
bragging.
was, and she let the class know it.
Yes.
She's
So we
good.
all had a busy week.
Yep.
But President Trump had a pretty busy week as well,
Amazing.
doing some awesome things for the country as usual.
Oh, yeah.
So Angie, what are some of the things that Trump accomplished this week? Let's get to it.
Well, this whole China tariff war, since, what was it, April 1st? Or
Yep.
April 2nd, I'm sorry,
Yep,
April
it was
2nd
April,
that went
yeah.
on where it was going to be a 90-day, tariff increase, matching other countries' tariffs. Yeah, and everybody's freaking out over it, and stocks are crashing, and we're going to lose all our money, and we're not going to be able to afford it. Well, here we go. They're on hold.
They put a pause on it.
They're
for,
on
for
pause.
90 days,
Yep.
right?
Yep, 90 days.
So yesterday on Monday, the United States and China both announced that they had reached an agreement to suspend the majority of retaliatory
yeah.
tariffs that have been applied since April. So, according to the terms of the deal, the United States will reduce its tariff rate on Chinese imports from 145% to 30%, while China has committed to lowering its tariff rate on U.S. goods from 125% to 10%.
Wow. And like we've been saying, it's a negotiating. That's what he uses. Tariffs are a negotiating tool for him. And it will bring them to the table, and that's what it's England, they've already have a deal cut with England.
Yes,
So
Everyone always capitulates
They
to the
do.
goat.
They
he
do.
just is the master of the art of the deal, for
Yeah.
real. And
he's doing what he needs to do.
And this is what we voted for.
That's
Yes.
right.
I'm not upset. Every day that they do this, it was the mandate of the people, and this is what we voted for.
Exactly.
So it's amazing to see.
Exactly.
Trump referred to the agreement as a total reset with China.
Which
So-
we needed that.
powerful.
We did need that.
We needed that.
Stocks are back up, which
Yep.
we knew that was going to happen,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
Well, that's historically what happens. Everyone panics, but if they understood what historically happens, every time it crashes, it always goes back up.
Yeah.
He's not. This is the one thing I find very interesting, though, about Donald Trump. If you take away, like, we know a lot of stuff, we study this, we tell it to the people, but when you take all that away and just look at it on the surface level, just his, and I love him, so I don't say this in a bad way, but his sheer arrogance and the fact that he's got such a legacy to continue to leave. I don't know why people are losing faith now. I'm like, do you guys think he came back
That's right.
to not do the most outstanding job ever to leave with?
Yeah.
That's not Trump.
Nope.
He's not going to go down like that.
And
He's not
plans
going
to
let his
run in
family down.
2028.
That's even, please, I get so excited I can't even think about that. But I'm just, he's not, just for his own sheer arrogance and himself, he's not going to let the American people down.
No.
Just look at it that way. He's not
at
going
all.
down that way.
He's got a legacy. His legacy is going to be bringing peace to the world.
Yep.
It's going to be making America first and bringing back our economy.
Safety and, yep.
and our sovereignty.
Yes. Number one.
That's what his legacy is going to be. He's not going to give up. He's not going to stop. And he'll go for everything, and then he'll settle for a little less.
Yep.
But that's
how you do it.
That's the art of the
that's
deal.
the art
He
of
wrote
the
the book,
deal.
The Art of the Deal. So
Just be patient, everybody.
That's
He's
it.
doing a phenomenal job.
Yep.
And we'll
Yep.
explain some more about that.
Yep.
And another thing that was amazing,
This is
I
epic.
thought this was really huge, which I'm sure everyone could agree. Trump officially signed an executive order on Monday. The EO was called Delivering Most Favored Nation Prescription Drug Pricing to American Patients. This is aimed at dramatically dropping the price of prescription drugs.
And sharing and distributing it across the world
Yep.
so that they're paying more, we're paying less. Where we were the ones paying the majority.
We're always subsidizing everything else.
That's right.
Yes, yeah.
That's right.
The direct quote from Trump, it says the United States has less than 5% of the world's population and yet funds around 3/4 of global pharmaceutical profits. This egregious imbalance is orchestrated through a purposeful scheme in which drug manufacturers deeply discount their products to access foreign markets and subsidize that decrease through enormously high prices in the United States. So everyone else is getting a deal because we're paying for it.
Completely unfair and not balanced
This
at
is
all.
so by design, though. We're the sickest country in the world.
That's
you
right.
look at pharmaceutical, you file the money, and then at the end of all that, here's your everything's medication, and then they charge us. What choice do we have? We're going
You
to
have
afford
no
our
choice but to
medication.
pay it. That's
People go
right.
bankrupt to give medication to their children and get the proper medicine they need. It is a sin. I didn't realize that we were paying so much more than all these other
It
countries.
Me either until I
We've
until I
paid
was
so
listening.
much more than so many other countries
years.
in everything for how many years now, and finally we have someone that actually cares for the American people and is doing something about it. The pharmaceutical prices will be reduced almost immediately, he said, by 50 to 80 to 90%.
Massive.
I can't wait. I'm going to test that theory out. I'm going to renew a prescription. That's usually like $40, $50 that I have to pay out of pocket.
Okay.
see
So
what-
I'll wait a week and then I'm
One of
gonna
the ones
renew
that
it.
pisses me off the most is because I had a son who was very allergic. Is the EpiPen.
Yeah.
Like that was a couple of years ago. That thing went up to like
That-
thousands.
yes.
Like that's
Yeah, I
the
remember
only.
that.
And what are you going to do when you have a child that could die of peanut butter or a bee sting? Like, of course you're going to pay it. It's such a sin. I'm so happy for this.
So my favorite, though, with all of this going on, because
this.
he's so entertaining, he's hilarious.
He is. He's a riot.
The fat shot drug.
Amazing.
The fat shot drug. So let's show the audience what we're talking about. Control room, cue up cut one.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drugs. And he called me up, and he said, President, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. Said, President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said,
Savage.
I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
Wow.
Yeah.
The fat shot
The
drug.
fat shot. I
Do
love
we know
it.
who he's talking about?
No, I want to, though.
There has
No.
to, I'm going to research this later, and I'll let the audience know next week. I need
You
to know
gotta
who
know
he's
who the
referring
fat
to.
guy is who it's not working on.
Seriously. It's just so, I just love that he's just real
Brutally honest.
and brutally honest.
I love when his voice goes into that like gravelly. Yeah.
Like that's when he's telling a story, like he's narrating a children's book.
Yep. It was too much.
Amazing.
He's hilarious. I love how he said the fat shot drug.
fat
Like you could
shot
see, like he
drug.
like tried to stop himself for a minute, but couldn't. He was just going
Like,
with
this
it.
is what it is. I'm going to say it. It's the best. It's what I love about him the most, truly.
I hope they see it really quickly with insulin.
Yes.
Like my daughter's fiance, he's a diabetic, and it's the same thing. You know,
Absolutely.
he gets ready to run out, and
They can go into a diabetic coma. Nona, I had that with Nona.
it's scary.
It's
It's
awful.
scary, and it's like before you know it, it's $60, $70, $80 out of pocket.
It's
So,
gross.
And it
yeah.
adds up.
It does.
adds up.
It does.
Thank you, Daddy Trump.
Yes.
Doing another successful move there. It's awesome.
Yes. So
Before we're gonna go to commercial.
yeah,
break?
we're gonna
Yeah,
go
we
commercial.
All
gotta
right.
Wait a minute.
Can Control, can you just put up KDJ's promo real quick? And before we go to commercial break, we just want to shout out our good friend Kevin Downey Jr. You can catch him Monday through Friday live on LI News Radio, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. He is a good friend of ours, also a comedian, and on live from Studio 6B here on Friday nights. We love you, Kevin.
Love
Check
you,
out his
KDJ.
radio show. He'll be on here soon. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Welcome, everybody, to the Not So Newlywed Show, where 3 couples are going to compete for really great prizes. Okay, Donna, we asked Mike, who complained first on your honeymoon, you or him?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you
said?
think?
I think he said.
Lisa, this ain't the SATs. Just tell us what. Donna, who complained first on the honeymoon?
I'm sure it was me, but I have no idea.
Donna is right.
No, it's always me.
What celebrity would you pick for a one-day pass?
For me?
Yeah, for you, not for him.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon! Wow! Who do you hate the most on her side? That rotten no.
There's so many choices.
Thank you all, and thank you for coming out.
I'm Mike Simonelli, retired Army officer, retired police officer, proud father of a United States Marine. I fought overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan to protect our country. I served in the streets of Suffolk to protect our residents. And now I'm running with Karen Ricciardi and Al Carfora to protect our children from anything that doesn't have to do with academic excellence, to protect our teachers and staff from hazardous work environments, and to protect our taxpayers from fraud, waste, and abuse. Vote for us on May 20th, the Smithtown School Board, Smithtown's conservative choice.
It's me, Joe the Box, America First, warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land. Hey, you know this guy over here, Rudy Giuliani? He always tells the truth. You know what he told me? Let's support Pete Hegseth. President Trump supports Pete Hegseth. This man will be honest and hardworking for our great country. I support him. I also stand with Rudy. Peace!
I told you this was crazy. I'm out of here.
No, that. Free stuff for all.
Don't have to be such a downer.
Hello to the master staff. Come to me.
Oh my God, this guy's from Jersey.
Hi. How you doing? Fuck off my stage.
I'm pretty sure I'm a woman.
No, you're not, Steve. Oh! Oh!
A little wet on my side. Now instead of a poke, you're getting a smack.
What have I done?
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to bring in a very special guest and a friend of the warehouse, Coach Prasic. Do we have Coach waiting to come on? There he is.
Hi, Coach.
He's had a busy day.
Hey,
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Coach. How are you?
you've been a big part of that busy day. I appreciate the opportunity to be surrounded by such roses.
Thank you.
Very uncomfortable for me.
Oh, well, we won't be too hard on you, we promise. And we are missing two of our girls tonight that had prior obligations. But is this your third show of the day, if I'm not mistaken? Because you were on our morning show, and then you mentioned a second show today.
Yes, it is. And I have another podcast coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern, but that is my own. I'm the host, so I guess I have to be there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. And I'll give a little quick introduction that the America First Warehouse is partnered with the Mordecai Mission, which I always call a Christian political initiative. Mm-hmm. And it was great when they added you on, your breath of fresh air to the Mordecai Mission, and a very devoted team player there. So we're very honored to have you here with us. And we missed the Mordecai Mission. We hope to have you guys back here soon.
Yeah.
So tell us what's new and anything you want the audience to know first, and then we can get into the civic involvement that's, on your heart these days to get more involved in.
Well, I want to thank all of you at the America First Warehouse. Our partnership and our fellowship and our relationship is one that I am very grateful for, and I am just pleased to be an ambassador, so to speak, of the Mordecai Mission. Briefly, the Mordecai Mission is a group of concerned Christians who want to be more involved in government. We don't call it politics. We call it government because we believe that persons in elected office and leadership positions in government should be guided by Christian principles, because everybody would benefit from that. So that is our goal, and to do that, it's going to take some courage. It's going to take some involvement. It's going to take some team play. Sure
is. You need tenacity in this fight these days. Mm-hmm. So I know you have like a very extensive background and a lot of stuff that you were doing during the pandemic. If you want to get into that, you can. But I know your newest mission is to really encourage people to get active civically, right? That's school boards and local.
Yes, thank you for teeing that up for me.
You're welcome.
Something occurred to me during the political season last fall. Is I was managing a campaign for a person who was running for the superintendent of the schools here in Jefferson County, Florida. That's right next door to Leon County, Florida, which is Tallahassee, Florida, the capital.
Coach, can I stop you there for 1 second? So in Florida, this is interesting to me because I'm sorry, I just want to understand this. In New York, the superintendents are just appointed by someone, and then the board votes. This was for the board to vote them in, or does the constituents of the community?
No, the public votes in the superintendent.
God, I wish we could do that here.
Yeah. Now the public also votes in each individual board member. So there are no appointed persons, offices in the governance of our local schools here in the state of Florida. But of course, we do things right.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, check our governor out.
That's right.
But of course, in doing that, it was incumbent of myself and the candidate to attend the school board meetings. We actually lost that race to our Democratic opponent. And during the campaign, this town we're in, by the way, this county, we're the only city in the county. It's Mayberry. folks, really, trust me. There's not even a traffic signal in this entire
Wow.
county.
Wow.
None.
That sounds lovely.
So one of the cultural things that political candidates do is they stand at the courthouse circle with their sign and they wave at cars. You know, this is the way they do their campaigns. Well, our opponent was standing there waving his sign one day. So I went to the little coffee shop and got a glass of ice water. And I wrote a little note on it that would be significant to him. And I pulled up and handed him this glass of ice water. Well, he ultimately won. And last night when I went to the school board meeting, he and I were talking, and he said, I greatly appreciate, you know, your kindness and your civility. You know, it's not personal, and thank you for extending that hospitality to me. And I said, Jackie, that's his name. I said, Jackie, I was handing you that glass of water for two reasons. One is to encumber the use of your hands so that you couldn't wave and hold a sign. And I also knew that if you drank that water, you'd have to pee later. So nonetheless.
That's amazing.
But he was thanking me for, well, we were talking, and as we were speaking, a miraculous thing happened. And I had nothing to do with it. Well, I did have something to do with it. But the chair of the school board approached the superintendent, Jackie, and said, Jackie, the pastor that normally leads us in prayer is not going to be here tonight. We need somebody to open in prayer for our invocation. Up went my hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually got to open the meeting in prayer, which is something I wasn't expecting, but that only happened that, you know, you could say, well, that's luck. That's luck.
Sounds like God.
Well, Zig Ziglar defines luck as when opportunity meets preparedness, and I'll have more to say about that in the next. Do I have 5 minutes left?
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring you back on again too. But yes, you have almost 6 minutes.
Okay, I'll try to. I take a long time to set up my points, but you know I'm long-winded. There's an opportunity that we as Christians, or even if you're not a Christian, we as as our civic duty, a lot of us complain. Go on social media. People are complaining about the way things are. People are urging people to vote, to register to vote, to get out to vote, and those are all good things. But yet we complain about the way things are. But I've been to many of these school board meetings, and I look around, and nobody from the public is there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's nobody there. And I thought to myself, these people that complain about things that happen aren't even present at the time and at the place where these decisions are made. Yep. Now, there's a biblical principle here that I want to bring in, and if you're familiar with the story, I guess it's a parable of the talents. You know, each of the three servants were given 10 talents by their master. One of them invested them and multiplied them. Another one of them buried them and hid them to protect them. And the third one, he fits way down there close to the guy that buried it, but that's not my point. The master returned, and to the one who had used and multiplied the talents was blessed, was rewarded, was given favor. And the one that had buried them offered an excuse, saying, I was trying to protect them. The master rebuked that servant. And not only did he rebuke the servant for not participating, not engaging, not using what he had been given, his talents were literally taken away and given to the one that had multiplied them.
Wow.
Now, you can go wherever you're at, there is some kind of local governance, and these are open meetings. There is a place, you can take the stage. You have a platform.
Amen.
Yet we don't even show up, let alone and they can't tell you what to say or not to say.
Oh, I showed up.
So we literally have a platform that we can proclaim our political point of view and our religious point of view, our faith point of view, but we don't occupy that platform, and yet we have the gall to complain about what they do at these meetings that we don't attend.
Yeah,
that's right.
So where do we fit in that parable of the 10 talents? Are we the one that is using what we've been given and multiplying it that is pleasing to our master? Or are we the excuse maker who was rebuked by his master and whose talent is money, folks, in the Bible? And so what I do is I put myself on the agenda and I will preach a little sermon like I just did. I'll call it a keynote speech for any of our non-religious audience that may be out there. But the point is they can't tell you what to say or not to say.
That's right.
You
Even
can
when
get
it's
up there and just
uncomfortable.
offer a word of prayer. But we don't do it partly because we're afraid. We're cowards. That's part of it. But we can overcome that if we really wanted to. But I think that we are doing ourselves a great disservice, and I think it's even hypocrisy to be complaining about the outcome of political process and political decisions that are made when we don't even bother to show
take part.
up.
That's right.
And I'd love to get in. Next time we'll have you back on. We'll get into it further. You'd be happy to know that our panel has been heavily involved. In fact, Shannon's one of our co-hosts, who's not here tonight. We got down in the middle of a school board meeting and did the Our Father. I mean, it caused like upheaval, and we took the school boards by storm. And Andrew,
Yes,
will tell you,
yeah.
even when it's uncomfortable, you still serve God and do what you are called to do in that moment. I was uncomfortable in some of them, but I love what you're saying, because this is what we need to keep encouraging to people, and people are getting complacent.
Yeah.
So I love your message. It's great.
Well, I know it's uncomfortable, but you know, it was uncomfortable that first dive you took into the pool.
That's right.
You know, that first kiss, you know, that was a little uncomfortable. But I think once you take think of it as karaoke. You know, we're all waiting on somebody to take the lead. And if I have the opportunity to come back, I will share at great length.
Oh, you'll be back. We'll have you back.
Of that opportunity. Before I leave, I want to ask two questions, and these are not questions you have to answer me on. Just ask and answer yourself and be honest. The first question is this: what is the boldest thing that you have ever done in the kingdom of Christ?
I got chills.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the hard one. Here comes the hard one. How long ago was that?
Oof.
Wow.
Let's never be satisfied with either answer.
Wow, that's powerful,
That is
Coach.
powerful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, and I know there's, just tell us, the audience, quick, where they can find you.
Well, I'm on Facebook as Mark Prasick, but certainly I would direct you to the Mordecai Mission. Their website is mordecaimission.net, and we are looking for partners. We are looking for players. We got enough spectators out there, folks. Let's get on the field and let's run a play.
Amen, Coach. God
Thank
bless you.
you.
We will have you back soon, and I will talk to you very soon. You can find the Mordecai Mission on the America First website. We do got to go to commercial break. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Coach.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Welcome, everybody, to the Not So Newlywed Show, where three couples are going to compete for really great prizes. Okay, Donna, we asked Mike, who complained first on your honeymoon, you or him?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you
That-
think?
I think he said.
Lisa, this ain't the SATs. Just tell us what. Donna, who complained first on the honeymoon?
I'm sure it was me, but I have no idea.
Jordan is right.
No, it's always me.
What celebrity would you pick for a one-day pass?
For me?
Yeah, for you, not for him.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon! Wow! Who do you hate the most on her side? That rotten no.
There are so many choices.
Thank you all, and thank you for coming out.
I'm Mike Simonelli, retired Army officer, retired police officer, proud father of a United States Marine. I fought overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan to protect our country. I served in the streets of Suffolk to protect our residents. And now I'm running with Karen Ricciardi and Al Carfora to protect our children from anything that doesn't have to do with academic excellence, to protect our teachers and staff from hazardous work environments, and to protect our taxpayers from fraud, waste, and abuse. Vote for us on May 20th, the Smithtown School Board, Smithtown's conservative choice.
It's me, Joe the Box, America First, warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land. Hey, you know this guy over here, Rudy Giuliani? He always tells the truth. You know what he told me? Let's support Pete Hegseth. President Trump supports Pete Hegseth. This man will be honest and hardworking for our great country. I support him. I also stand with Rudy. Peace.
I told you it's gonna be crazy. I'm out of here.
No do that. Free stuff for all.
Don't have to be such a downer.
For you, bow to the master staff. Come to me.
Oh my god, this guy's from Jersey!
Hi. How you doing? Fuck off my stage.
I'm pretty sure I'm a woman.
No, you're not, Steve. Oh! Oh!
A little wet on my side. Now instead of a poke, you're getting a smack.
What have I done?
Oh man, the control room is messing with
they
us
like
right
to
now.
mess with us. Welcome back to the Patriots podcast, guys. Patriettes. I have to
Patriots.
emphasize Patriots because people like to call us the Patriots.
They do, and I do like to tell people. I know it sounds all cutesy, but we're like pretty badass. Like we all came together fighting on the front line, like fighting Antifa in the street. Like
We'll throw down.
Don't let Patriots
Yeah,
like,
don't
like confuse you. We're lions, okay?
So Coach Prasic, is that his?
That was Coach
I
Prasic.
love him.
I love him too. He's
What a great
really a
guy.
gem, and I was a lot more to talk about. So, Coach, if you watch this again, we will have you back on. Of course, the Mordecai Mission are very dear friends of ours.
Definitely.
And you can, like I said on before, you can go onto the America First website, and there's a tab at the top under Faith, and you can check out the Mordecai Mission and their podcast, and please support them. They're doing phenomenal work.
Yes, and we want to bring them back on to talk about the importance
Absolutely,
of
and we'll bring
getting
on Pastor
involved
Green
and
too, who's the founder. Like they'll there's a lot of great people on the board of the
Love
Mordecai
Pastor
Mission,
Green.
so we'll get them on.
Good.
All wonderful Christian people fighting for what we're fighting for. So, great stuff.
So let's talk about what's going on in New York.
Oh, in New York. Oh, tyrannical New York.
Tyrannical New York.
So we always have a wonderful update about how great Trump is, and then we always counter it with how horrible something in New York is.
You,
'Cause
you
there's
think
always
it can't
horrible
get
stuff.
worse, and then it gets worse.
And then I just want to say my mom, who lives in Florida, begs me to come live there, and I don't want to leave New York yet. And then I hear Coach Prasic, and everyone's always saying how free and amazing Florida is, and I'm like, and we're going to explain to you why, because New York sucks.
It does.
It does.
So
it looks like we finally have this New York State $254 billion budget, right? But there's still a month left to go into the legislative session. However, the Democrats slid in this budget, right? So as most of you are probably aware, Letitia James is facing a 30-year federal prison sentence and a $1 million fine.
I'm hosting a rally that day.
Ironically,
for mortgage fraud.
I am hosting
Ironically,
a
for
rally.
what?
For mortgage fraud.
Oh, isn't that what she sued Donald Trump over?
Yep. They always accuse you of what they're doing.
Right.
exactly
So any of
it.
you who love a rally, the day she gets carted away in handcuffs, we're going to celebrate that.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So they snuck into this budget. They set aside $10 million to cover private defense costs for state employees subject to federal investigation, so long as the investigation was reasonably likely to have been commenced because of the employee's work. So
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm not comfortable as a taxpayer paying for a criminal's legal fees.
No way.
For her or for anyone
Anybody.
else in the federal government.
No.
Well, this is their way of. So here's the thing, and it's for our supporters that are watching us from far away. New York is really red. It's our leadership which is making these decisions right now, and so they're going to cover themselves. And
Well, I'd say New York is purple.
I'd
say New York is purple.
Well, upstate New York and Long Island are red. It's
Red.
the boroughs that are starting to like Staten Island's red, and then you're just getting some purplish.
There are
areas.
some upstate areas that are purpley.
Yep. There's like 3 or 4. I don't know if they're counties or areas that, when you look at the map, are blue.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I think New Yorkers have expressed so much discord against Letitia James, Mayor Adams, and they're going to double down now. Like we already got rid of the sanctuary.
Well, and I think we'll never really know because there's so much corruption.
Yeah.
And so much.
It's true.
Election, corruption that
That's true.
We'll never really know if we're red or.
That's true. And they keep gerrymandering to make it worse. So
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
It's
I just can't. I can't understand. Like, I don't get this.
I never get anything
this
they're
makes
doing.
no sense whatsoever.
I just want to see her in jail. I want to see her and
Oh my
Kathy
God.
behind jail bars. I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
I'm thinking Kathy Hochul and the DEI hires Letitia James in the jail cell with her.
So she lied on loan applications to get better interest rates.
She listed her
She listed
father.
her father as her husband.
Ew.
Who does that? Elon Omar.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the first,
Exactly.
right?
So with that, there's over a month left to go, right? In the
Yeah.
legislative session,
Yes,
we said
there's
that.
over a month left to go in the legislative session, so I guess we have time to wait. But I think it was 9 out of 10 bills were passed on Wednesday and Thursday to approve a state budget with a $254 billion. $254 billion.
So who
lot of
always
money.
says, somebody always says it. I don't know if it's someone here on one of our shows, but like Florida has a substantial amount of more people than us.
Yes.
And their budget is
Yes.
like
A lower budget.
I think it's Florida and Texas, right? Something like that.
I always remember somebody here says it all the time, like as like a talking point, and it's like Florida has, I don't want you to misquote it, but it's like they have double the people and like $100 billion
Less in a-
So
in a-
what are we
in a
doing?
budget.
How do
Yeah.
we justify this in New York?
Well,
It's called
I wanna-
fraud.
Yeah.
Fraud.
How much is Kathy Hochul pocketing?
Right.
How much are friends of Kathy Hochul pocketing?
Yeah, and all the judges that she
Yeah.
appoints that
Yep.
are in her pocket. It's all a syndicate. It's an evil, evil syndicate.
Yep, they're criminals.
But we're on to you guys.
Yep.
We're watching.
The NGOs, all these businesses that look at her husband with the stadium up in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's where it goes.
Yep.
yeah.
Her
where it
friend
goes.
she
Patronage.
hired to take over Medicaid. That was her friend's company, her
course it
college
was.
friend's company.
Yeah.
And if they don't think money's being funneled back there, it's all laundering money and money and power. Is
We
what
need
it
a
all
New
is.
York Doge.
Seriously, I think so people keep saying, "Where's Trump in New York?" And I keep trying to tell everyone, like, okay, we're only a little over 100 days.
He's
in
busy
office.
saving the free
He's
world
busy
right
saving
now.
The free world,
Yeah.
but in these 4 years, I think it's going to be around the midterms.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stake here. He's got businesses here and family that lives here
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah.
So I think he knew he had to fix the bigger problems,
Mm-hmm.
more widely spread around the country. But I think I think New York
It's
is
gonna
going to
come.
get a lot of help from Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We have to, because otherwise we're screwed. Because between the Democrats and the GOP in New York,
Don't get me started.
yeah, I know that's a story for another
day.
show.
Well, I do
an
want
entire
I would like
hour,
to-
right?
It would be, but there was something interesting today. A friend shared with me yesterday that today, outside of Farmingdale, which is in central Long Island, had a GOP conference today at 12:30, and I wasn't
Did you
able
see
to tune
it?
in. No, but I want to find some kind of coverage of it. And I do want to speak on it next week because I find it a little amusing that these corrupt rhino politicians are literally like out there now trying to
Well,
act like they're cleaning up the
Because
establishment.
2026 is
Right.
coming.
That's right.
So
They
now
do.
they're all going to get involved. They've
Right.
been quiet for a while, and now
Yeah, they want to be relevant.
they want to be
So-
relevant. And that's why I think they're going to be reaching out to probably this place
and Patriot groups
and Patriot groups, because we gave them the platform last time.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but we learned a lot since last
We
time.
did. And we're not giving you the platform this
No.
time. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Nope. Get your own.
No. Only America first at my rallies.
Yep.
That's it.
So also, I found it interesting what happened over the past week with because our next guest coming on it happens to be from New Jersey, so I did want to throw this in here. Newark, New Jersey, the mayor. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name.
Ras Baraka.
Ras Baraka. Doesn't sound very American, and I'm just gonna call it like it is.
All right, Trump. Just say it.
So Ras Baraka, the Newark, New Jersey mayor, along with a bunch of Democratic Congress members, showed up last week to the federal immigration facility, which is the Delaney Hall detention facility.
Oh, and staged an insurrection?
Totally.
Yeah.
It was a total insurrection.
That was an insurrection.
Yeah, that's okay.
But where's everybody?
Well, they were arrested. I mean, they were released. Well, I know the mayor was arrested. I'm not sure about the other Democratic members of Congress. But I did see that the mayor was arrested.
Good. Nobody's above the law, right? Is the Democrats?
Well, they
favorite
had
sentence?
videos saying that the ICE agents were attacking them, and then they were claiming the ICE agents were attacking them, and then the videos proved it otherwise.
Right.
Exactly. You saw, I'm not sure, I know it was Bonnie Watson Coleman, LaMonica McIver, and Rob Menendez. These were the other New Jersey Congress members that trespassed, and they were protesting this immigration facility. They claimed that they wanted to make sure that, I guess, inside this ICE detention center, that people were being treated correctly. I did hear that other Democrats had come out.
Where were they? I'm sorry.
No,
Where were they when J6ers were
my
not
point,
being
that's
treated
exactly.
appropriately?
Yeah,
Where were they?
big difference.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah. I believe. Just to interrupt. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, you're fine.
I did hear. I don't know if it's true or not, but I do recall that the mayor, I believe, might be running for the possibility of running for.
Is it governor?
Governor
I heard
of
that
New
too.
Jersey.
I think so
yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Of
again, we were
course.
talking about relevance. Well, now he's getting his name out there.
Of course.
And
They knew what they were doing.
Yep.
What did
Yep.
they think
Of
what
course.
was going to happen? And then you know what? If ICE had to exercise force, that's what their job was there to
That's
protect.
right.
Yeah.
None
That's
of us
right.
can go storm a freaking ICE facility.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we only have a couple minutes left, but I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, after this, big insurrection and arrest, they did show a video, I want to say on Fox, of a bunch of people. Now they have just, protesters outside of the facility singing. And I did give the control room video of it because I found it hilarious, because it's
disappoint.
your typical old white ladies, your liberal lunatics. If the control room can cue up cut 4.
Yeah.
Fascism's got to go. We say no. We say no. We say no. We say no. Fascism's got to go. Don't trash the country.
All right, that's the scene.
Fascism's got to
So,
go.
like, that they all drive Subarus,
They
and they all
all-
have a Bernie Sanders sticker on the back of the car. And I'm only saying that because some
Yeah.
lady today on the road
Coexist.
pissed me off.
Yeah, right,
And I
coexist.
saw her. She went to cut me off, and I'm like a Subaru liberal. And then I get closer, and it's like I was on the phone with Bernie. I'm like, oh, Bernie Sanders. Who drives around with? It was Bernie Sanders and what's her name? Pocahontas.
Oh,
Elizabeth
Warren.
I've seen a Elizabeth Warren bumper
Yeah.
sticker before. I'm like, okay.
Massachusetts. Why?
You know what?
Irrelevant.
I don't like to judge and talk about people, but the only reason why I will about liberals is because we do not share the same moral compass. So that's why I judge that.
Yeah, I just find it funny because they all look the same. Like I
They're
could
ridiculous.
literally draw a picture of a liberal,
And they drive along
all-
the car with their mask on, still, with their 10 vaccines. Stop. I am sorry, guys.
So we do have to cut to commercial, but don't go away, because when we come back, we actually have a dear friend of ours coming on. He's a Christian conservative artist. Our friend Charlie Carbone will be here.
Yes.
He was just he
Got
just
an
won
achievement. We can talk about
won
his achievement.
something really cool that we're gonna have him tell us about. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
In New Jersey,
Welcome, everybody, to the Not So Newlywed Show, where 3 couples are going to compete for really great prizes. Okay, Donna, we asked Mike, who complained first on your honeymoon, you or him?
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you
said?
think?
I think he said.
Lisa, this ain't the SATs. Just tell us what. You wanna know who complained first on the honeymoon?
I'm sure it was me, but I have no idea.
Jordan is right.
No, it's always me.
What celebrity would you pick for a one-day pass?
For me?
Yeah, for you, not for him.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon! Wow! Who do you hate the most on her side? That rotten no.
There's so many choices.
Thank you all, and thank you for coming out.
I'm Mike Simonelli, retired Army officer, retired police officer, proud father of a United States Marine. I fought overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan to protect our country. I served in the streets of Suffolk to protect our residents. And now I'm running with Karen Ricciardi and Al Carfora to protect our children from anything that doesn't have to do with academic excellence, to protect our teachers and staff from hazardous work environments, and to protect our taxpayers from fraud, waste, and abuse. Vote for us on May 20th, the Smithtown School Board, Smithtown's conservative choice.
It's me, Joe the Box, America First, warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land. Hey, you know this guy over here, Rudy Giuliani? he always tells the truth. You know what he told me? Let's support Pete Hegseth. President Trump supports Pete Hegseth. This man will be honest and hardworking for our great country. I support him. I also stand with Rudy. Peace!
I told you this was crazy. I'm out of here.
No donuts. Free stuff for all.
I could be such a downer.
For you, bow to the master staff. Come to me. Oh my God, this guy's from Jersey.
Hi. How you doing? Fuck up my stage.
I'm pretty sure I'm a woman.
No, you're not, Steve. Oh! Oh!
You're wet on my side. Now instead of a poke, you're getting a smack.
What have I done?
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. So,
So our good friend Charlie, he works like till this time of night,
Yes.
so he's actually will be on in a few minutes.
So we apologize.
You're lucky
he
we
is
love you,
coming
Charlie
on.
Carbone.
He just needs a few minutes,
Yes.
so we'll give him that.
It's live.
It's live, and we did miss something funny that we should go back to because it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah,
Since
do it.
none of us are huge fans of Letitia James. Letitia James hosted a town hall last week over the weekend, and there was a Trump supporter that showed up at the town hall and was roasting her in front of all of her
Freaking amazing.
Democratic fans. So if the control room can cue up cut 3 and play that video.
She'd like to ring.
Fascism's got
That one.
For Tush James.
There we go.
Will you apologize to
This is
President
brilliant.
Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
Thank you for coming.
Not all heroes wear capes.
That's right. How awesome is that?
He's a legend, that
and
guy.
they're like so like evil. Like they don't care. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. Like
Yeah.
I've seen Hillary do
It's
that.
phony. It's
so
phony
weird.
is
Like
what it
they're
is.
so embarrassed that it's like they
Yeah.
act like they don't care.
Yeah, it's just phony.
It's absolutely brilliant, and I love it.
Yeah.
So before Charlie comes on, we'll give you some announced good stuff that's coming up at the warehouse, and you can always check everything on our website, www.theamericafirstwarehouse.com. But first things first, we are doing an awesome raffle right now with one of Elena Ruseva's prints of Donald Trump in the Free America collection with the painted face. So you can win that print plus 2 tickets to our June 14th concert, which is for Trump's birthday and Flag Day. So you can go online and check that out. I think the control room just brought that up. Thank you, fellas. Next, we have, like we've been having every Friday night here now, live from Studio 6B. The boys will be here every Friday night live. It's awesome, so much fun. You can get your tickets for this Friday and all the Fridays coming up. We have our good friends at Project Civica has an event this week, and we want to support them. They are out there doing the best work to get pretty much what Coach Patrick was saying earlier about civic involvement. It is in Brooklyn, but please support them. Check them out, projectcivica.org. We also have something very exciting here, line dancing, country western night on May 31st here at the warehouse. My good friend, who I've known for years and years, Callie, will be teaching it, and it'll be a fun night. So get your cowboy hats and
Giddy
your
up.
boots.
That's gonna be
and your
fun.
best honky-tonk patriotic attire. I already got my outfit. I'm excited.
Of course you do.
I did. I got a denim dress, and I asked my daughter, you have those cowgirl boots, right? We're the same
I
size.
saw your Facebook post.
It's
a
not
while back.
overalls with
Anybody know where to get a mechanical horse from?
You know, I've asked for weird things before, and people have come through. You never know.
I
Get a
know.
patriot out there that has one. Maybe they let us. I didn't even ask permission if I could have.
You don't
a
want a
mechanical
bull? You want a horse?
No, I wanted. I asked about a mechanical bull.
Oh.
I
Mechanical
thought, how
bull,
fun
not a
would that
horse.
be here that night? So, like how
Either
fun.
or. If you have a
And
bull or a horse, we
we'll
need
take
one.
it. And We do have an event coming up June 7th, which the flyer will be out this week. It's a new prison reform show with the brilliant Sarah Maccabee, who's a Stand in the Gap J6 huge advocate. That's coming out. You'll wait for that. But June 14th is President Trump's birthday and Flag Day, which I always love that combination. And we're going to have an awesome concert. It's going to be a kind of a new type of event for us. We're going to have like hors d'oeuvres and champagne in the beginning and music. And then we have the famous Peter Vamos, he's a classical pianist. I don't know, were you here for that, Ange, last time?
I think I remember hearing him play. Yes.
He made me cry.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't. I was homesick that weekend.
I'm glad you'll be able to come this time because he made us cry. He's brilliant. And then we're going to crank it up afterwards and celebrate Trump's birthday with the DJ, and it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
So get your flags, your Trump attire. You can get tickets on the website, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So,
And also, don't forget that, yes, we go live on Tuesday nights, but you can also listen to us every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on iHeartRadio. We are on Real America's Voice channel.
Yes, thank you, Real America's Voice, for
Yes.
that.
And also, go on our social media and follow our pages. We are still being shadow banned. It hasn't
Severely.
changed. We thought once Trump was in office, what's his name?
Zuckerberg
would fix things, but it doesn't appear that way.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram. We're at the Patriettes Podcast. That's at the Patriettes Podcast. That's on Instagram. We're also on X. You can also find us on Facebook.
And you can find us all individually under the, Teresa the Patriot, Patriot Chan, Angie the Patriot.
Andrew the Patriot.
Yep.
And
Oh, no,
Crystal and
Patriot
Donna.
Ange.
Oh, you guys changed yours already.
Yeah.
We got to get on.
Yeah.
We got to get that all matching again.
But go follow us.
Follow
Go
us.
follow
And
us.
please share us out.
Yeah,
and,
like and share, like and
You
share.
can email us too at tpp@theamericafirstwarehouse.com. If you have a show idea, a guest that you think we should bring on, a topic, something you don't agree with, we're happy to hear what you weigh in about. And
yeah, even if you don't agree with us,
that's okay.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Differences of opinions are interesting conversations.
Absolutely it is. I said that in a leader meeting once. If we were all exactly like-minded, we'd be in a cult. It's
That's
okay to
right.
be a little different and
That's
have
right.
differences, and we learn from each other.
Yeah, just be respectful.
Yeah,
Don't be psychotic.
Yeah, just don't be psychotic. That's the truth. But
yes,
good
we'd
stuff.
love to hear from anyone.
We do. And also, since we don't have Charlie on yet, Thursday nights here we do Bible study, and we have a Tom and Amanda Weirman, our very dear friends, great Christians. They're about to start a brand new book, and that flyer will be going up actually tomorrow. And then we have Christ to Conquer the Nations here for prayer and worship on Thursday nights after that, and it's beautiful, and people have great experiences here. So this place definitely brings, God and country to the forefront, and we're proud of that.
Yeah, I love this live from Studio 6B too. It's,
Oh, yeah.
It's a night.
Come
it's
on
a fun
down
night.
on a Friday night.
Yeah.
But without further ado,
Yes.
we
only
got
have 5 minutes left.
the famous Charlie Carbone with us, coming in from Jersey.
Real famous.
Well, to us you are.
Yeah, really famous.
It's
We
so good
think
to
you are.
see you. Long time no see, buddy.
What's going on?
How
you
are
doing?
you? How's Jersey treating you?
Everything's good.
Good.
Very good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of time.
No,
so
we
we were going to have you on, and we'll have you back on soon so we could talk to you more. But I was so proud of you the other day when I read your big post. I know you were trying to be humble about it, but share with the audience what you did and where that's landing you now.
Well, the Marine rapper put out like a rap challenge to do a song with him, and he's like super talented, very high level artist. And I put in my entry. It was due on Monday night last week, and I was late. It was like 10 minutes late.
Oh wow.
And I messaged him. I was like, did I get it? Did you get it? He goes, yeah, I got it, but you're not entered because you're late. I was like, oh, all right, no big deal. I'll get him next time. Thanks for, even looking out for it, whatever. So he put out another one the next day, just out of nowhere. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in this one. I went in that one, and I just won it, right? Like it was
awesome.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So you're going to be your prize now is you're going to have some of your rap verses on one of his new songs. Is that correct?
Yeah, that song that I did it to, it's going to be on that song.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
That's great.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't you also win, was it last year with Jimmy Levy, a contest?
Yes, yep. Glory to God. I won that one also.
Look at you winning all these rap contests.
That's awesome. I hope you.
It's not supposed to happen.
Well, I need you to tell Marine rapper and Jimmy Levy and all of them, that we want them here. Like, we want you all to perform together here. They got to come to the warehouse.
Yeah, they could,
for sure.
And we miss you
That'd be
guys. It's been
great.
a while.
They
And
could do a music video like you guys shot here at the warehouse,
Which we
was
have.
awesome.
Yeah.
Which that was my music video debut. Me and Crystal are in that video. We actually
Wake Up
have.
America.
Yes, it was really
Awesome.
great. We have a clip of it. I'm going to ask the control room to pull it up. It's cut 7. It's Wake Up America.
I love this.
We the people see the evil election coming, looking feeble. Need the votes, borders broken, grab a boat. Need illegals, never woke. Cause I seem to rather be broke. They deceive you with the Pope next to Chip. That's the mark so they could read you. Put your hope all in Jesus. Noah floated and succeeded. Must have joked, didn't believe him. Water soaked. Jesus freedom.
Wake up, America. You've been sleeping for too long. Time to wake up and get strong. Yeah. Wake up, America. Now my shine left on the clock. Bring this nation back to God. Yeah. Wake up.
I even love that it was
That's awesome.
misty out back. Like,
Yeah.
it just looks so cool with our MAGA van.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Charlie. Thank you. For
That was a fun night.
I was here that night, but I didn't make
Yeah,
the
it
video.
was.
Yeah, she didn't make the video, but I did.
That's all right.
No, it was awesome because how many cool Patriots are in it? You got Scott Lebedo, you got Johnny Tobacco,
Ian Smith.
Ian Smith, Nurse
Smith.
Erin.
Show me
Yep.
your face.
Yeah, show me your
right.
face.
The warehouse. Thank you guys for highlighting us.
Yeah.
Joe the Box.
So now you got to have these verses on his song. Are you in the middle of writing anything else? I know you and Brett usually collaborate. Is there what's coming next for you guys?
I got a really, really, really powerful song. It's gonna be my own. It's gonna be like basically my first like Christian song, like solo, just my song.
Wow.
Nice.
It's gonna be really powerful. I can't wait to do it.
I can't wait to have you
Yeah.
here to perform it. You know I'm going to be asking you in the next couple of months to come here and perform
Yeah.
it, right? Let me tell you something
Oh,
about
yeah.
Charlie. When we were doing All Fired Up and everything happened really fast in like 3 days, they wanted a jingle or a song for the show. So I scrambled and I reached out to Charlie. And this man, unfortunately, like with the show came and went so fast and we had to
Yeah.
like tweak it. It didn't get into it yet. And we're still thinking about bringing that back. But he jumped through hoops for us. And we love you for that.
Well, then,
thank you.
you know what? I'm going to just throw it out there. The Patriots podcast, we need a jingle. So
Ah, yes.
We
if you
do.
can think of anything.
We thought we had a good friend of ours,
course.
but we do need a song
Yeah, we'd
So-
love a little rap jingle.
Oh
Which
yeah,
in your spare time.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt, definitely.
So
Well, Charlie, we are so grateful that you came on. We're so excited for you. We can't wait to hear your new song with the Marine rapper.
Absolutely.
Definitely let us know when it's out. We only have a few seconds left, so if you could tell everyone where to find you before we leave.
Instagram Charlie Carbone _. I had a different account. I was building it well, and then they took it down on me, and now I'm starting a new one.
thank you. We'll help you share that out.
Yes.
We'll share it out too.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Thanks,
on, Charlie.
Charlie,
Thank
we
you.
love you, my friend.
Thank
we'll have
you.
you on very soon.
All right, love you guys.
We'll see you
Take care,
soon.
honey.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. ready
Angie's
for
going to lead us in prayer tonight.
Closing prayer,
Yeah.
my first prayer. God, at this most critical time, we entrust the United States of America to your loving care and ask you to reclaim this land. Overwhelmed with the burden of the sins of our nation, we cry to you from the depths of our hearts and seek refuge in your protection. Look down with mercy upon us and touch the hearts of our people. Open our minds to the great worth of human life and to the many responsibilities that accompany human freedom. Grant our country the courage to proclaim again that God's law is the foundation on which this nation was founded, and that He alone is the true source of our cherished rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. God, give us the wisdom to reject the culture of death and the renewed inner strength to resume building our culture of life. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
And as always,
Keep your faith strong, your family close, and your freedom alive.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night,
Thanks
guys.
for tuning in. God bless.
See you next week. It's a wrap.